What's up, guys? Let's wait for the rest to come in.
It's not an hour yet, right?
I have to say it has been the longest 48 hours of my life, Pete.
It's been the longest week of my life, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole week I have not attended DGen chat. Think about it.
Yeah?
I mean, I attended
wow.
I attended Benny's talk. That was the 1 hour.
Yeah.
I never. I mean, yeah, that's it. 1 hour and this hour.
Yeah, and you're addicted to DGen chat, so that says a lot.
There's a lot of work to be done, man.
Yep. How are you doing, XP?
Is XP here? I don't see him.
Yeah, he's next to us.
Oh, he's okay. Yeah.
I think he's driving.
It's the Pinky. Yeah, he's driving. Most probably he's driving.
Don't DGen and drive, XP. Stay safe.
Fadz, give me a minute. I'm gonna go over to the DGen chat. There's a bunch of people in the DGen chat.
Sure.
I'm gonna grab them over. Yeah. Oh wait, let
Yep.
me see if I can just grab them like that. Yeah, I can just grab them like that. We're gonna pull everyone
Nice.
in here.
Did everybody who was supposed to get T-shirts in the first drop give your details to XP already? I think I only got one person, which is Bertican, so I don't know who else is supposed to get it.
Yeah, if you guys missed on the first list, I mean, we got a first list. You have to be first on the list to be eligible, right? Don't just send germs. You don't. You're not supposed to get one. I will dig up the list somewhere. This was since first edition, but
Yeah.
I also owe 10 of you guys for February and March's trivia. So if you place on the top 5, then you should get one as well.
Sure. I'll accommodate for sure.
No,
this is
actually, RFOX 2020 holders don't get t-shirts.
Yeah, so this is a
Then I
batch.
think you are for trivia. Yeah, you are up there for trivia. I think you won one of the trivia.
So Philip, our CMO, received a batch of swag today, and he's really cocky about it. Started showing off to people on our Teams chat. So this is all the marketing samples he's gotten.
Yeah, but
the
the
boxes.
ironic part is he can't go out.
Yeah.
I mean, Bangkok is on lockdown right now, so he has to stay at home.
Yeah. I understand, but the thing is, like, these are some of the samples that we will be releasing on the Merc store for people to get. I think pretty much we've passed the quality check with most of the people that we're supposed to give out. I think we'll do a bit of tweaking as well. And then, like I said, we're gonna release first and second edition prints, full art prints on the t-shirt, but those are going to be limited. So it's not as though we can sell like hundreds of those. We'll probably set a certain amount, first come, first serve. We'll get more information on it once the merchandise store is released.
Is he going to say min 1 of 1?
Yeah, min 101. No, but it's more about us making sure that we manage the expectation with the artists that we're working with as well. So yeah, Adam as well, he just got it, wore everything, and then stepped out of the house. So I told him he should, watch his back just in case he gets stalked by Craze fans.
All the crazy fans are in Australia.
Oh, we definitely. I'm gonna reach out to you as well, madam. We don't have any girls testing on Merc, so I think you can get your wish fulfilled. I'll figure out something with you as well. Yeah. You make a good point. I can't just give you for no reason, but since you're the only lady that has reached out to me and requested it. But honestly, I think even XP's wife, Sunshine, I think she got it as well, right? XP? Yeah. Send me a message, madam, on or add me to friends, and I'll work out something with you. So let's start. A lot of big news releases this week. Our team has been grinding nonstop.
Yeah, actually,
Um,
you're on stage right now.
so we basically spend quite a bit of time. And if you realize how much work we've been doing nonstop just to make sure that we meet our deadlines, you realize that we have a very very dedicated team of people making sure that we release quality products. A lot of the projects, the dependencies are not only with how aggressive we are internally, we have to depend on other partners as well. So not just making sure we can do it, but also making sure that the partners also help us in a timely manner. So please forgive any delays that we've had to go through regarding some of the releases. But again, we do need to make sure that everything is solid before release. So yeah, today, third edition border reveals. As we get closer to the launch, there's quite a bit of info that we're going to release. I know a lot of people have their own opinions regarding the borders, the logo, and stuff like that. But this is the direction we're taking to make sure that we can accommodate a larger audience in terms of IPs as well. I know some of you are attached to some of the things that have been released in first and second edition, maybe even the logo as well. And I respect your opinion. However, as we scale up and start working with a lot of different partners around the world, we need to make sure that our design philosophy is polished. And while we really miss the days where we didn't have to think about all these things, the time has come for us to put everything together and put a proper structure into how we present ourselves and ensure marketability of all our products. So I'm always open to listening to input, but yes, we're moving forward with some of the changes. The changes that you see first start with the third edition border reviews. The amount of time we spend making sure everything is polished, you can see from the quality of the artwork that we're coming in from third edition, as well as the borders that you will start to see in third edition when we finally release the product. So that's going to be set in stone already. These are the borders that we're going to play with, and special editions will have different borders as well. But editions moving forward will start to use this structure and format. So you might see different borders for special editions that we release. Let's say we where's Apprentice? Is he here? Is Apprentice in the chat? There he is. So when Pokemon, so if we work with Pokemon, they might have their own border system that's outside of the editions. Yeah. So these are all edition borders. Special editions will have their own kind of designs. So update on game development. You've seen some of the articles, the article that we released today. So one of the key focus that we want to put is the leaderboards. The leaderboards are pretty important because that's uh, the way we actually manage the competitive mode for the game. So people who go up on the leaderboard will be rewarded in different ways. Those are there'll be tournaments for the game where you can actually only enter in the tournament if you're, let's say, the top 10 or top 50 players in the game, and then the prizes are going to be kick-ass. That's when you start to see the utility of the tubes as well for entry. Start to see what kind of prizes are available. So the prizes available can be as simple as a batch of swag all the way to a limited edition KOG. And those KOGs can only be earned by winning tournaments, right? And they all have utility in the metaverse as well. So theoretically, imagine winning one of our bigger tournaments and getting a RFOX 2020 token, for example. So these are the kind of things that we are planning and trying to put into place clearly for the community to see some form of um, competitive mode with prizes that are actually worth playing for. So we will be releasing more and more details regarding these leaderboard modes and competitive gameplay modes. But for now, the closed beta sign up for Slam is open. So just sign up. And what we are doing is priority to COG holders will be released in batches. So it's not a huge batch of beta testers, closed beta testers to begin with. But we make sure that we prioritize the people from first edition, second edition, and all the people that are basically OGs in the community, right? So because you've been around for a long time, um, and we will go through some screening process to make sure that we reward the people who've been with us since the start. We want this is closed beta, right? So don't freak out too much about closed beta because open beta will be coming out soon after. So closed beta is more for internal testing. The closed beta link is available on the third edition border review article. So you can go down and scroll down and get it. And then there's another separate social media post for closed beta as well. So a lot of the chat I see today was about basically the tokenomics or the scarcity of the KOG. So one thing I think was raised was that there's so much second edition KOGs in the ecosystem. So you have to understand, second edition sale was stopped by end of the month and no longer be sold on the primary market, right? So the only way you can get second edition is through secondary sales, and people can charge whatever they want to sell those second edition KOGs. When you play competitively in our game, KOG Slam, you need 40 of those KOGs and a slammer. So if we're targeting 50,000 active users who are going to be playing competitively, times by 40, and then you see whether or not we have actually enough KOGs in the ecosystem. That's not enough. So the people who want to play competitively for the prizes are going to have to collect even the commons as well, a proper set to be able to enter this kind of gameplay modes for the prizes that I think will be quite lucrative. So have a thought about this, and then it might change the perception of whether or not KOGs are an asset to hold on to, because now we have three assets in play. We have the KOGs, they have their own utility and value. We have RFOX and the VFOX as well. So for people who don't care about RFOX or VFOX, holding KOGs will still have value outside of the tokenomic system for RFOX and VFOX. So uh, I think this will all fall into place the moment the game is released and the competitive mode start. So if we don't have enough KOGs to play, um, or the qualifier is you can only compete if you have second edition tubes, and there's not enough second edition tubes, and there will be limited number of exclusive people who are able to compete in certain tournaments, right? So this is something for you guys to think about. So uh, on top of the what we're doing for closed beta, so Slam is going to get released soon. We're targeting about maybe in a few weeks for closed beta, and then open beta shortly after. So second game is in design stage as well. So there's a second game that's already been discussed back and forth with a really high-end game studio. So this is another mass market genre, and it is an awesome KOGs and blockchain utility case for us to implement. So end of the day, what we're trying to do is to build communities around these games and then have them share the utility of KOGs across these games. So like I said just now, scarcity of KOGs in the ecosystem, even for Slam, already a scarcity scenario for KOGs. So imagine the second game coming in a few months. What's going to happen to the value of the KOGs that you hold if you want to play competitively in those games as well? So have a thought around that. And then for those people who participating in the first staking window, the payout, today is the last day. The payout will happen on tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. So just check in the community chat how many people participated in the first one. Quite a bit. Okay, so rest that. Well, so the supply isn't just meant for us to control on third, fourth, or fifth editions, because you won't be able to get into some of the tournaments unless you have the first or second one, right? So even you have third, fourth, or fifth, they will have utilities, but some of them are exclusive for the first, second, or third one. So as we grow with special editions and and our in-house editions, that we will balance the utility and the scarcity based on different scenarios, right? So we don't want to penalize the people too much or who just started, but they will be excluded from events that are exclusive to first and second edition people only. Okay, so new website this month with fresh look and third edition artwork, merch store and marketing edition for marketing campaign for third edition. So this month, I think probably by the mid of the month, in a week or so, we'll release the new website. Everything will be cleaned up. We're migrating away from the current look and feel into something a bit more sleek and fresh. It will cater for the people who are veterans and newbies alike. Very simple, very easy onboarding system. You get to understand what is play to earn. You get to understand what are NFTs. Everything that we have in the first version of the website will all be redesigned and put into the new version of the website, right? We're also designing a new collection page as well. So we had a lot of brainstorming sessions. Uh, I think the meeting was only supposed to last an hour, but it lasted two, right, Pete?
Which meeting is this?
The brainstorming for the My Collection page where Ben is involved as
Oh,
well.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
It went
So
on
we looked at all the
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
we looked at all the
So for you guys, when I told you guys that I was in a meeting, that was the meeting that made me miss the DGen hour yesterday.
yeah, yeah.
That thing ran overtime, but yes, but it was a
So
good meeting. I think once we get that out, it should be super kick-ass. A lot of the people here have asked us, hey, can you guys build a site like this? Can you guys build a site like this? And I think those people
yeah,
who've already asked me about it, they will be very happy.
yeah. So I think, oh, I mean, the good thing is that he has been around for a long time and he's very close to the community. So all the feedback that you guys have on how to manage your collections is all taken into consideration. We want to be at least some form of upgrade on the tools that you use right now, even NFT Hive or any of the other collection management websites that are in use. We want to integrate all those features and add even more as well to make it intuitive for the next generation of KOGs that are coming in, right? You guys have been like going back and forth between different tools. We just want to make it a one-stop shop. Just enter our website and then everything is there. Whatever you should be able to do in all those different sites will be able to be done in our own website as well, so that it becomes a one-stop shop for everyone, the OGs and the newbies as well. So yeah, so big news releases today. Third edition border reviews, update on game development leaderboards, closed beta sign up for Slam. If you still don't know where to find the link, go to the social media. You should be able to find. Some of the guys are posting the links on general chat right now. I touched on scarcity of KOGs in the ecosystem as well. Second game in design stage. Staking rewards, payout links and instructions are available as well. And then the new website this month that we're going to roll out. So yeah, please ask any questions that you have and I'll try to answer them.
So just to give you like a sneak peek of a sneak peek, right? I know you guys, when we discuss all the time about how we manage collections and all that, you guys, and I'm also doing the same thing, right? Sometimes we go to Atomic Hub to do certain things. Sometimes we go to NFT Hive to do certain things, because each site has their own pros and cons, right? So our proposal, as from RFOX Games, is why not use KOGs one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Sneak peek. Yes, sneak peek.
Okay, access other use cases to start staking game stuff, access to vault. So one of the scenarios that we're looking at right now and we're in discussion is that we are partnering with a virtual concert blockchain company, and we're going to start releasing virtual concerts in the metaverse. So the tubes are actually one way for you to be able to access those contracts as entry fees. And if you don't want to watch the concert, then basically you just rent it out. Like for example, right? Kanye West does a concert in our metaverse, and entry fee is one rare tube, for example, and you don't want to watch Kanye West because like whatever, I'm not a fan of Kanye. Somebody wants to enter the concert, he has to pay, for example, 50 RFOX as a ticket. But instead of paying 50 RFOX, you can rent out or sell him your access to the concert by renting out your red tube. So that becomes one of the utilities that actually earns you money. So this is already being planned, and we've done a lot of planning around this. We just want to make sure that we reward people to be able to hold on to those KOGs and tubes. So don't worry about utility case for KOGs. We understand people who basically are holding on to tubes, thought that staking was the end all utility other than gaming. No, Kanye West is not confirmed. I'll give him a call later, but he can see whether he's free. But he's not taking calls these days because of the divorce. I think we should be able to do it in the virtual space itself. So my ideal scenario is for you to be able to enter or access the entry page of the concert. Then people can just list the tubes for rent. Benny play the bong. Oh, that's gonna be you need ultra rare slammers only, then you can enter. That kind of stuff is high-end stuff. He's gonna be way more expensive than Kanye. And he's gonna sing the song as well, not just play, right? So it's and we're gonna have a cat. We're gonna train a cat to do the head bob. So it's a triple threat.
Did somebody actually buy potato.gg?
Maybe.
Relic, did you buy it? Or was it healthy?
Well, that's just one of it. The utilities, Hanford. The thing is, in terms of return on investment over long term, it will be lucrative for you to keep holding on to cubes, right? The thing is, we cannot just keep giving out RFOX just for staking rewards, because the thing is we have to manage the tokenomics for RFOX as we grow the ecosystem. So it's not just based on our division or gaming alone. RFOX is going to be used across the whole metaverse. So again, it was unfortunate what happened last time, but we had to make sure that the next time we do it, we are a bit more inclusive. Plus, there is still going to be staking programs in the near future. End of the day, we just can't facilitate the staking reward window for everyone last time. Promotional, Benny would check his trades. I think Benny spoke about this like a couple of days ago, right? He's scared to look at his trades.
Benny lost the password to his account, so all the stuff in his account is gone.
Wow. Yes, I will give you concise answers, Hanford. It's just that we need to properly plan this as we release third edition and the game and the metaverse at the same time, right? So everything will fall into place nicely and everything is properly ironed out. I feel you, man. It's like I've been flooded with DMs for the past 2 weeks after the window was closed. So we will fix it somehow and reward the people who've been able to gather all those tubes. Gens.gg. Who bought it?
I don't know. Somebody mentioned that potato.gg is on sale, so I thought somebody bought it.
Yeah, Phantom. Yes, we will have another staking window in the near future, but the rewards will definitely change. It has to match the tokenomics of the increase in terms of value of the KOGs, right? So for those who don't understand, when we launched the first window, it's $100,000 for 4 million RFOX. So it's a lot more different in terms of tokenomics now when we release the what do you call that? Release the new staking window exercise. It has a lot of factors that have to be put into place. We'll see. We will have to address the concerns with the guys from RFOX Labs, because they manage the RFOX payouts across all the different verticals that they control. Process for renting tubes. Yeah, I think it should be very straightforward, right? You list something, somebody pays you in RFOX. So, for example, technically we can do this. So if a Kanye West concert, or no, Benny on the bongos, it's 100 RFOX to enter. You can either pay RFOX 100 RFOX, or you can rent a tube for 95 RFOX because somebody is renting it for cheaper. So then you just get paid out in RFOX, and then that tube is used as an entry fee, but you still own the tube. But then you got paid for it, and you don't have to wait 90 days. It's almost immediate. You just can't enter the concert with that tube because somebody else is using it. So that's how it will work probably. Does that clarify, Crypto? Yeah, it doesn't leave your possession. It's just that the utility of that tube is now used by somebody else, but it's still yours. The same way you stake, but you don't lose the tube. You just that if you sell it or stuff like that, then basically you don't get your rewards. So for somebody that is going to rent your tube is using the tube, but then you don't get to use it, but you get the RFOX, right? Single COGs will have used. Yes, some single COGs will have a use like that for sure. The general public will use tubes, but some COGs, the Uber COGs will have a lot of utilities for access. Is an Uber COG in addition with the same value as Ghost Timer? No, we don't have the list of all the access levels, but edition 1 will always be way more valuable than edition 2, and then edition 2 will be way more valuable than edition 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So think of it this way, right? To simplify it, it just means that the thing is, I don't want to confirm this yet. This is just theoretically, like for example, a common tube in first edition will always be more valuable than uncommon tube in second edition, or somewhere around that lines.
Do you see a system where they're undercutting each other then? Or would it be like a flat rate for any two? Say all these commons or whatever the entry fee is for the concert or event.
Yeah, well, esports tournaments will have their own requirement for entry fee. Concerts will have their own requirement for entry fee. Tournaments will have their own requirements for entry fee. It's just a negotiation between the revenue share program we have with the event organizer and rewarding our own customer base as well. Because there will be people coming into a metaverse that have never heard of KOGs before. Let's say, for example, the people from the e-commerce space coming in, and they're like, "Oh, I wanna watch this Kanye West concert." I don't know why I keep saying Kanye West. But they come in, and then they realize, oh, if I pay the concert promoters like 100 RFOX, then I have to buy 100 RFOX. Why don't I just rent it from someone who's giving it for rent for 90 RFOX, so I make a discount and the person makes money as well, right? All these kind of scenarios all will fall into place once the metaverse starts building up. But the assurance I have for you is that the utility for RFOX begins primarily with new users playing it within the game, and then they realize, holy shit, now I have a collection that I can actually use in the metaverse and make money out of it. And what I would have gotten for staking, which was 90 days, I could get on the spot. So a lot of these things are like, still being formed, but the idea is to reward people with COGs and tubes as the metaverse grows.
Right.
Yeah, I can choose. Yeah.
I could see that system working great, but then for someone that has maybe 200 tubes like Hanford, sitting there and drops all his common tubes on the market for 89 RFOX, but someone that might have one tube that can't really, take a cut and has to list it for 95,
Yeah. The person with one tube can always list it for 89 if he wanted to. Why does he have to list for 95 if he
Right.
wants
I
to
was
be
just thinking
competitive?
of a disparity because someone that has more can do it for less and they're still making generating that profit.
It's the same.
So
It's the same. It's the same concept as staking as well, right? So the people who are staking right now with hundreds of tubes are making way more than people with only one tube because they made an investment and they should be rewarded that way.
Right.
It's the same concept. Yes, correct. It's the same concept as selling on the market. So if you have only one cog, let's say somebody from play to earn, right? He completes his daily rewards or he finishes a mission and he gets one common cog. And the common cog on the market is worth, let's say, 5 RFOX. And he wants to sell it for 6. He can't complain because he doesn't get sold. He has to be competitive as well, right? We can't just cater to a larger demographic based on how they want to sell it. They have to play ball with how the marketplace is functioning. Can you rent stake tubes as well? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're renting stake tubes as potential access passes to certain events. But take into account right now the reason why it's very hard to figure out because our community is still only about 2,000 people. So what happens when there's not enough tubes to sell when 10,000 people come into the place and they want to watch a concert? Bongos and Benny, let's say 50,000 people, and then there's only like 20,000 tubes in the market. People will still have to pay with RFOX, right? People, if there's no more tubes to rent out as entry fee, then basically there's nothing they can do about it. They want to go in, they have to pay with RFOX.
Yeah, if there's limited seating, then that could raise prices too for increased demand.
Yeah, look, I mean, common tubes are going to be a lot, and then uncommon tubes less, rare, ultra rare tubes. So as we go up in terms of this, there's less and less tubes for you to sell. So it doesn't mean that all concerts allow you to go in because you have a common. Some concerts, the entry fee is an uncommon, and that's how it's priced. Or some concerts or some events, for example, a preview into our second game or beta into the second game require you to use a rare tube to enter. All these kind of utility cases are being planned out, but the value will fluctuate based on the actual scenario. And we'll try to be as fair as possible, but the thing is, what we're focusing on is to make sure that there is a way for people to basically get paid for holding tubes or certain cogs. Right, the renting thing is actually something very powerful, and once you understand the capability of you holding onto a tube, and it becomes like something that is a very strong play to earn value proposition for the general public. Yeah, we won't call it tube restart, we'll call it an entry fee or entry ticket, right? It's just converted into that language when somebody wants to buy it. So it's like buy this, let's say there's like 50 tickets available for sale, and then okay, this guy is selling his ticket to the concert for only 95 RFOX. If I pay the concert directly, it's 100. It's like a scalper outside saying that, dude, you want to buy tickets? Yeah, here you go. So it's instead of a scalper, it's an actual booth. Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether somebody will understand, hey, you want to watch Kanye, buy my tube. I don't think it will make sense to anyone, other than you guys. Yeah, the thing is, what you guys have to wrap your heads around is that there are not enough cogs for what is coming. There's not enough cogs and tubes for what is coming. The next 10,000 people coming in with the mobile games, they're not coggers, they're mobile gamers. And once they realize what they can do with their the cogs and what they have to do to get cogs, then the ecosystem exponentially grows. First renting to happen, the use case could be as early as third quarter of the year. Virtual world will have some events, and then we'll test it out, right? But yeah, definitely we should be able to get something up and running. And people at 10K people, we're expecting more than that. We're not launching a game just to get 10,000 people to play in the game. Like most mobile games are like 50 to 100,000 people in at least the first 3 months. And the marketing is supposed to be around Southeast Asia first, and then the rest of the world. And that's just the first game. So the second game is a marketing launch as well. still using KOGs. I wouldn't say 10 million, but I think, to be fair, 50 to 100,000 people, new people in the ecosystem this year is a fair bet. But again, at least 50 to 1,000 just with Slam alone. The second game is another different, what do you call that? Another different batch of people coming in. Yes, the second game will incorporate KOGs as well, madam. What about East Asia, China, Japan, Korea? Japan, definitely, because we're already in talks for a special edition with a Japanese company, Japanese IP. More news coming up when our head of business development. I think I'll bring in the head of business development, Phil, for this kind of AMA when he talks about.
Yeah. So Fadz, when you say Japanese company, Apprentice, it is not Pokemon.
It's not Pokemon, dude. Sorry.
Just need to clarify that.
straight up. Not Pokemon. You know what? I'm gonna make a parody cog or T-shirt for you. Called When Pokemon, and then at the back, not Pokemon.
Yeah, the moment you said that, I immediately thinking, oh shit, Apprentice is gonna ask when Pokemon.
Yeah. So will you be able to play games with Cogs in the Ultra Virtual Play? There's arenas in the virtual world playing Cogs Slam. So that's gonna be the matchmaking room. You go into like arena and then you challenge people, and then basically play Cogs. Coliseum. Yep. Imagine like a whole stadium and then just two people in the middle of it, just slamming their Cogs. Steam or Valve release Slam? No, dude, it's a mobile game. The reason why we do it is because for the mass market in Southeast Asia and the rest of the world, mobile the they go onto the internet only with a mobile phone, right? A PC and a laptop is still a luxury in a lot of different countries out there. They don't have a PC, they don't have a laptop, so we want to focus it purely on the mobile side. Can we gamble on the outcome of other people's? I think that could be a utility, Scott. We just have to understand the legality behind it. But it doesn't stop you guys from gambling by yourselves. It's just that whether or not we can facilitate it is a different thing altogether, yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last time Anders and Benny had the stream on camera on stream when
Yeah,
they played the
people
game.
betting.
I'm pretty sure there was a side betting going on.
Yeah.
I think XP was the bookie. I think.
Oh wow. Means Unifield, where they finish, I think the competition and the touring so far, they will start using. We'll start making some announcements with them soon. It's a tricky situation because we have to still manage the IP properly with them. They are still celebrities. Any NFT DAO push Cox do work together? We have a lot of NFT partnerships lined up, dude. We just have to make sure that it's suitable for our brand. So just to give you an insight, maybe there's about 2 or 3 special editions lined up this year already. There's a midi edition for sure, and there's a couple of special editions coming up. First, second, and third edition will have another staking rewards window. We just need to announce it and make sure that we fix all the tokenomics before we do that. Any hints? Not yet. The SDK is still being built properly. We just want to make sure that KOGs, the account system, RFOX is all built into the SDK, Hanford. So this is still work in progress. SDK is software development kit. So if somebody wants to work with us, we give them the SDK and immediately that game comes into our ecosystem. So your KOGs also appear in the game. You can use the same sign-on across all the games, and you can use RFOX to buy stuff inside. since we are leaving the world of ETH and high fees, any chance taking rewards be claimable on demand? Only amount of people that they going forward. We have to ask Pete that. OMC asked the question, Pete. We have an answer.
Oh, no, wait. What's the answer? What's the question? I may have missed it.
Since we are leaving
Could you
the world
repeat
of
the question?
ETH, since we are leaving the world of ETH and the high fees, any chance of the staking rewards could be changed to be claimable on demand? Only amount accumulated that day of cost and not full amount going forward, like with our planet. Or is there still a reason for the 90-day
Okay,
period?
so OMC, the reason for the 90-day period is basically to lock it up for 90 days. Basically, this is I mean, this is based on Benny's prior history, for customer experience marketing and all that. So it's a long-term hold. It is not like our planet where you can stake and unstake whenever you like and then earn for that day. So willy-nilly you can just say, hey, I want to go and stake, and then I get 15 wax or 15 ether or something. So this is a long-term hold. Does that answer your question? And that's the whole reasoning behind the 90-day thing.
Tubes incorporated in e-commerce or live streaming side of business. We've yet to align with the streaming side business. For now, we're taking care of our own vertical first, and then after that, we will expand Hero. Yeah, dude, don't play people's feelings, man. I could say things like Ubisoft. Dude, they're huge. But who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I mean, as we grow and the more IPs come into our editions, yeah, I mean, like there are tons of companies who are not in the NFT space or NFT gaming DeFi space yet. And if we've proven that we do it professionally and our community is huge, then it's very easy for us to propose to them, hey, let's try something out, right?
Especially if you pull Kanye West.
Yeah. I have to talk. I have to give him a call, XP. I mean, if I can, we might have the power to resurrect people that have disappeared, like MC Hammer. Make an MC Hammer concert.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Milli Vanilli. Do you have any users target number? No. We are constantly exponentially growing with each game we release. For me, I think a reasonable number this year for KOGs is about 50,000 active players. And then another game will come out with like 50 or 100, and then addition members will come in with another 100,000. So it just keeps growing and growing and growing. But the thing is, the reason why I say 50,000 is not the total number of people who signed up. We're talking about active users now, right? We will know the rate of how we grow as we release the first game, second game this year. There'll be 2 games this year for sure. And then we can forecast what's the 2020 number. But 100,000 is a safe bet. Because right now it's just a few thousand, and we haven't even done any marketing outside of the community we have. So once we pull the trigger on marketing, there'll be people. I didn't announce the name of the second game yet. You didn't miss anything, bro. So it's like more towards us managing the influx of people who are not in the NFT space. So all of you guys are, even though you think your knowledge is trivial in blockchain, you know way more than somebody who's never heard of blockchain before. And we're not bringing them into the blockchain space. We're bringing them into our mobile gaming business, and that includes the NFT ecosystem, right? So the whole intent is to bring the next generation of gamers into blockchain without them knowing it. Before we need to explain to them regarding blockchain, they already have been using blockchain without knowing it and realize, wow, okay, what else can I do? And they realize, oh wow, the KOGs I have, basically these are the things I can do in the metaverse. So it's it's really designed to make sure we have a very, very easy way to onboard people into NFT gaming. Correct. So trying to think about this way, if you don't want to play Slam anymore, and you want to play another game, you still own those KOGs, right? Those KOGs are always yours. Versus if you play a mobile game like um a random mobile game and you erase it or you don't ever touch it again, you don't have any of those assets. You can't transfer. Correct, Fortnite. You can't transfer any of those stuff that you have in your inventory to another game. You can transfer your account. You can transfer your assets.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I played Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes for 5 years.
Yeah.
If you guys know that game, you guys know what it
I mean,
what
did you
it
get a
takes to
Jedi?
stay in the
Did you grind for Jedi?
again.
Did you grind for Jedi?
I was before I left. I was in
Yeah.
the #1 Asia guild.
Oh.
Yeah, competing at the highest level of territory wars against the biggest guilds.
So imagine like you have a rare
But
drop,
all down the drain right now.
a rare drop in World of Warcraft, right? You can't transfer that item into other Blizzard games. That's just for World of Warcraft. That's it. Yes, test flight is coming first before regular iOS app. Testing will be done on test flight and Android Store beta. That's right, Hero. I don't want to teach people about NFTs and blockchain because the learning curve is pretty high. Why not give them the experience of understanding that it's just a regular game with blockchain integrated into it, right? Uh, Imagine using a app that allows you to pay for something and then before you realize, oh, I've been using blockchain for the past year and I didn't know it. Okay, it's cool. I didn't have to learn anything. It was a natural progression to what I was basically using for something else. Do we have anything to share about the federated ID system yet, Pete, or not yet?
No, just that it's in the blueprinting phase.
Yeah. So the federated ID will be something that you use on the website and across all the games and across all the metaverse verticals as well. It's your account. This just means you don't have to like worry about your identity in the space. You could be a champ in KOGs and you'll be recognized everywhere you go.
Yeah, no more POKQW.wham. It's
Yeah.
gonna be Hanford
Hanford.
because this whole POKQW.wham thing, UBHQU.wham,
Yeah.
it's a pain in the ass. If I want to trade something, I want to trade with Hanford. I don't want to trade with fuck you.
Yeah.
Degen will be a banned word for account creation.
Yeah. If we find an account with the word degen in it, we're gonna auction off all his KOGs.
How cool would it be to have sporting events like boxing
Yeah.
matches, UFC,
Look,
those events?
the space isn't just limited to us doing virtual. Like it could be a pay-per-view match that you watch on your computer or mobile phone. It doesn't have to be like a virtual match, right? It could be the actual match that you watch. So that's just an entry fee and that's just pay-per-view. So why does it have to be virtual? It could be the actual event itself. All right. Taking my last few questions before we end Friday with Fadz. I hope I've answered as many questions as I can.
Okay, so first taking window payout, we got 128 people on the payout list. I got 34 people that have signed up on the page. So tell your friends, tell whoever there is that needs to go sign up so that we can deliver the RFOX. Because the last time round, we had a nightmare trying to deliver the RFOX because no one wants to go and claim the RFOX. So hopefully we get like, we can actually pay out everything that you guys deserve.
No more sending you a COG.
No more sending me a call. We've leveled up, right? In every iteration, we need to level up. We can't go backwards, man. Will the payout occur once at the end? The payout will occur tomorrow. Zen, no, we can never catch that, in one airdrop. We will see whoever that submits will send out the airdrop first, and then 24 hours later, if we see more people coming in, we'll just send out another airdrop. We don't want the guys who came in early to like have to wait for the other stragglers, and then I think for the first 2 days or 3 days, maybe we'll just do one drop every day, depending on how many new accounts are there. After that, maybe we might just go on for a week or so, but then eventually we'll come to a point where we'll just say, if you don't submit by this day, sorry, because we cannot chase. Technically we can, but we can leave it there. But we want to pay out ASAP.
Someone said earlier, Pete, that the number of RFOX tokens already over on the BSC side was what, over 8 million or something. I mean, are we?
Oh no, it's not. It's 10 million already. Last I checked was 10 million.
Are there going to be people that
10.8 million
wind up? Are there going to be people upset tomorrow because they didn't get any VFOX, or is that
again?
a concern?
What do you mean?
With only 2 million
Concern for what?
VFOX, there's only 2 million in there. So is that going to be a possible issue with as much of VFOX or limited VFOX there is in that pool? That someone with
people are going to keep.
comes in?
Not really, because the thing is, it's a liquidity pool, so people are going to submit the VFOX that they buy back into the liquidity pool, so the pool will be replenished. If you know what I'm saying. Yes, then you don't have to claim. Ramses, the thing is, we cannot unstake your tubes because you need to sign it. So I'm brainstorming with the team on how to unstake your tubes. But we would need we probably need you guys to do something, but we'll figure out a way. But the thing is, as of right now, the tubes that are staked have a timestamp, so we know when the tube is staked, so which category is in. So it doesn't matter whether it's still staked or not, but it won't be valid after this. This is after the first payout, it wouldn't be valid anymore. And this is just about blockchain, the whole thing of blockchain, right? Where we can't do anything that you hold because the tubes are not in our possession; the tubes are in your possession.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today for Friday with Fadz. I hope you guys stay safe and have an awesome weekend. Yeah. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys again next week. Bye, guys.
Off to the G-Gen chat. Catch you all there.